I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for DreamWorks songs that are complete bangers for no reason. We'll be including original songs written specifically for the movies, as well as covers, but nothing that was pre-released and merely used in the background. We're looking at you, All-Star.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Number 20, for the dancing and the dreaming, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Not enough people remember the How to Train Your Dragon franchise for its amazing soundtrack.
Love to kiss, to sweetly hold, for the dancing and the dreaming.
But there's one moment in the second installment that gives us way more feels than we expected. At the beginning of How to Train Your Dragon 2, Stoic thinks his wife Valka is long dead.
I know what you're gonna say, Stoic. How could I have done this? Stayed away all of these years, and why didn't I come back to you?
When he discovers she's alive, emotions come flooding back in the form of For the Dancing and the Dreaming.
Remember our song, Val? I'll swim and sail on savage seas.
The song itself is quite simple in instrumentation and lyric, but the emotion behind everything elevates it to a new level. Stoic and Valka sing it together as a way to profess their renewed love, and as a way to make us weep uncontrollably.
So keep your love inside me. I'll swim and sail on savage seas, but never fear of drowning. Wide ride the waves of life if you will marry me.
Number 19, The Trail We Blaze, The Road to El Dorado.
What trail?
The trail that we blaze.
For such a light-hearted movie, the music team really did not hold back. Then again, the men responsible for it are none other than Hans Zimmer and John Powell, so that definitely explains things. With lyrics by Tim Rice and vocals provided by Elton John, The Trail We Blaze goes hard.
We shall surely gaze on the sweet unfolding of an antique mystery.
It comes at the point in the movie where Tulio and Miguel have just docked on land after being stranded at sea and escaping imprisonment. With renewed inspiration to find the City of Gold, they set off through the jungle and cue the music.
Minds and bodies running wild. In the man, behold the child. On the trail we blaze.
In contrast with the despair and low energy of the scene right before, this song is the perfect way to renew gusto. Number 18, Better Place, Trolls Band Together. Guess who's back, all right? For the third Trolls movie, NSYNC reunited to give us this banger, and 90s boy band fans everywhere rejoiced.
We do it better, yeah. And I don't mind if the world spins faster, the music's louder, the waves get stronger.
Led by Justin Timberlake, or Branch in the movie, we get a modern spin on something that's so undeniably boy band-esque.
I don't mind if the world spins faster, faster, faster. Just let me take it to a better place.
It's a fun pop song that, even while aimed at younger audiences, feels like it could be easily heard on the radio. In the movie's version of the song, we get some extra vocals like those of Anna Kendrick, whose voice adds some nice dimension.
We're flying up to outer space. I'm so excited.
Much like Can't Stop the Feeling, this is a great pick-me-up from the franchise. Number 17, Car Wash, Shark Tale. With this number, DreamWorks took it back to the disco era. Shark Tale was a big success when it hit theaters in 2004, although critics only gave it middling reviews. But one thing that everyone could agree on was its expert use of the 1976 song Car Wash.
Hey Angie, sorry Pop and I are late, but we brought some new customers.
The number doesn't have much to do with the film's mafia plot, and yet it's become one of the things most closely associated with Shark Tale.
Yo, Christina, Missy, how about we have a little Oscar-licious fun?
fish, I'm one big catch.
At the end of the movie, Missy Elliott and Christina Aguilera perform the song as fish versions of themselves, and it goes hard. There's really no reason for this animated under-the-sea dance sequence to exist.
I'm sorry.
But that doesn't stop it from being the best part of the movie. Number 16, Heist, Over the Hedge.
Follow me into the great unknown, where pink flamingos grow, diet soda flows.
Over the Hedge may be one of DreamWorks' more forgotten films, which is a shame because it's also one of the most enjoyable. The film follows a group of woodland critters who plot to steal food from the new suburban development that's invaded their forest.
We make a good team, me and you, we do. You can scratch my back, I'll scratch my back too.
Who, might you ask, would be suited to provide the soundtrack for these inevitable hijinks? Why, Ben Folds, of course, and he put his whole soul into this one. Heist is a jaunty little track from the movie that perfectly sums up the film's vibe in just a few chords. Folds provided some other tunes for the film, but nothing quite hits this high. Number 15, I Like to Move It, Madagascar. In 2005, there were a few truths we held dear, and one of those truths was I like to move it.
I like to move it, move it. Yeah, I like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Yeah, I like to move it.
The DreamWorks film Madagascar follows a group of zoo animals who become shipwrecked on the Indian Ocean island. As you might expect, things start off not great, but when they meet the island inhabitants, the party begins.
I like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it. She like to move it, move it. He like to move it.
A group of lemurs, led by the great King Julian XIII, live deep in the forests of Madagascar, and they love to dance. As soon as the movie came out, the cover of Reel to Reel's I Like to Move It was inescapable.
Where's Alex? What happened to him? He was right behind us. Wasn't he right behind us?
I don't know where he's at, but he's missing one heck of a party.
It became a true blue dance hit, again, which is more than we can say for most DreamWorks songs. To this day, it still makes us want to move it, move it.
She likes to move it, move it.
We like to
I like to move it, move it. We like to y'all know this one. I like to never get stale.
We like to move it.
Number 14, You Know Better Than I, Joseph, King of Dreams. You've probably heard of The Prince of Egypt, but its later prequel film, Joseph, King of Dreams, is a little less well-known. Although not on the same level as its predecessor, one song from Joseph's story leaves us reeling every time. Joseph sings You Know Better Than I at a time in his life when he begins to trust in a higher power once more.
You taught that bird to fly. If I let you reach me, will you teach me?
Up until this point in the film, the songs have left us a little wanting. But when that piano starts and the beautiful tenor voice of David Campbell begins to let loose, we can't help but fall in love. Given how so-so the other songs are, they definitely didn't have to go that hard on this one.
You know better than I.
Number 13, Good Tonight, The Bad Guys.
Tell me what you see. Am I good or
Even in animation, stories are beginning to feel repetitive, and with so many reboots and sequels, originality seems hard to come by. While the bad guys may not have blown us out of the water, it really is not talked about enough when it comes to original animated movies put out this decade. It's a spin on a classic trope, and it's got humor for days. What it also has is a surprisingly comprehensive score, with one original in particular that we want to highlight.
Get up on the floor, we're gonna be good tonight. Wanna get you feeling right. We're gonna be good tonight. We're the good guys.
Created by Daniel Pemberton and Anthony Ramos, Good Tonight is that fun, bopping party jam no one dislikes. If it's supposed to be the distraction, consider us willingly distracted. Because much like Police Chief Luggins, we just can't stop ourselves from dancing.
Wanna get you feeling right. We're gonna be good tonight. We're the good guys. We're gonna be good tonight. Wanna get you feeling right. We're gonna be good tonight.
Number 12. The Plagues, The Prince of Egypt.
This was my home. All this pain and devastation, how it tortures me inside.
This movie still has a massive fan base today, despite being quite underrated as far as animated movies go. A big part of that fan hype is owed to the soundtrack, which has a number of brilliantly composed originals. For this entry, we're focusing on The Plagues, a number that feels written specifically for theater kids with its grand arrangement and dramatic notes.
You who I called brother, why must you call down another blow? Let my people go.
It works especially well for animation because we get all sorts of impactful visuals that perfectly complement the devastation of this climactic moment.
And even now, I wish that God had chose another. Serving as your foe on his behalf is the last thing that I wanted.
With strong backing vocals and a duet that showcases both sides of the fight, there is so much to admire about this one. Number 11. You Can't Take Me, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. This movie has a phenomenal score, and it's mostly thanks to Hans Zimmer and Bryan Adams. You Can't Take Me comes at the first major turning point in the movie, when Spirit, who was born to be wild, has now been captured.
Don't judge a thing till you know what's inside it. Don't push me, I'll fight it. Never gonna give it up, no.
The fight is so clearly still alive within him, even after he gives up his struggling, an emotion that is perfectly underscored in this song. Slower than some other iconic numbers in this movie, You Can't Take Me manages to be soulful rock at its finest. Or should we say spirited rock?
Why did it all go wrong? I wanna know what's going on. What's this holding me? I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Either way, it deserves every bit of praise it gets. Number 10. Flip, Flop, and Fly, Chicken Run.
What's happening?
That's called a beat, sister. Feel it pulsing through your body?
Oh, yes. Pulsing. Fancy that.
Hey, well then go with it, baby!
This one just makes our criteria thanks to it being a cover recorded expressly for this movie. It comes during the dance party Rocky hosts, and he really could not have picked a better song to lift everyone's mood. The original Flip, Flop, and Fly was released in 1955 and sung by Big Joe Turner. It has since been covered several more times, perhaps most notably by the Blues Brothers in 1978, before being revived again by Alice Hall for Chicken Run.
Just go with the flow, bro! Let it go!
If you're listening to it right now and thinking it sounds incredibly familiar, that is likely because its arrangement is super close to a slightly more famous song put out in 1954 by its original artist.
Jake, rattle and roll. You won't do right. I don't know. Jake, rattle and roll.
Number 9. Way Back When, Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
There's always time for living. Can we just do it again? One more time like it once was. Way back when.
How dare they tuck away a bop like this in the credits and in the credits alone? As one of 2 original songs for the movie, Way Back When is one of those cozy, feel-good songs you put on when you want to feel inspired or motivated, or maybe just on a road trip. As alternative rock music, it's honestly a great listen for a variety of different moods. We would have loved to see it supporting a fun scene or montage or something like that, but we suppose we'll just have to be content with it backing the names of all the people who put so much time, dedication, effort, and heart into crafting this film. Number 8. It's Tough to Be a God, The Road to El Dorado. As a writing duo, Elton John and Tim Rice have never let us down. From The Lion King to Aida, they know how to combine their talents and write a hit musical number.
Changing legend into fact, we shall ride into history, turning myth into truth, we shall surely gaze.
It's Tough to Be a God occurs at the point in the movie when Miguel and Tulio are mistaken for deities. Instead of telling the truth, they embrace the lie full force and erupt into this high-energy dance number. And it's better than it has any right to be.
It's tough to be a god, but if you get the people's nod, count your blessings, yeah, keep them sweet. That's our advice. It's great advice.
The music and the lyrics are both pitch perfect. Seriously, Tim Rice did the thing when he wrote,
And who am I to bridle if I'm forced to be an idol?
Number 7. Accidentally in Love, Shrek 2. If there's one DreamWorks franchise that never disappoints when it comes to music, it has to be Shrek, hands down.
How much longer will it take to cure this? Just to cure it, cause I can't ignore it. If it's love, love makes me wanna turn around and face me, but I don't know nothing about love.
Aside from the plethora of beloved classics they include, they're also known to have some fantastic original songs written up to highlight exactly the atmosphere they're going for. Enter Accidentally in Love.
These lines of lightning mean we're never alone, never alone. No, no, come on, jump a little higher.
The vibes are immaculate, the tune is catchy, and the lyrics do a great job of summing up Shrek's feelings for Fiona, and Fiona's for Shrek, we suppose.
Accidentally, I'm in love, 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 I'm in love. Accidentally in love.
The beauty of it, though, is that the song describes such a universal experience. It can be listened to whenever you've been struck by the love bug. Number 6. El Dorado, The Road to El Dorado. This is the opening song of the movie, which really sets us up for the wild watching experience we're about to embark on.
Our glorious city was built by the divinities, by gods.
It tells the story of the creation of El Dorado, though it's a bit hard to concentrate on all the exposition we're being given when the melody is so on point.
And made El Dorado the magnificent and golden 1,000 years ago.
There's actually a version sung by Elton John which differs from the film's version, but it's hard to pick a favorite between the two. They're both full of life, with the kind of rhythm that sort of makes you want to sway unconsciously every time you hear it.
The gift of paradise, peaceful and harmonious upon us mere mortals below.
Number 5. Where No One Goes, How to Train Your Dragon 2.
What do you think, bud? You want to give this another shot? Toothless, it'll be fine. Ready?
The score that accompanies flying scenes in this franchise always make us emotional. Where No One Goes is heard during Toothless and Hiccup's first flight in the second movie, and maybe the best way to describe it is moving. We feel the sheer exhilaration of their soaring, and like we're really there with them as they zoom over the water and attempt all kinds of cool tricks midair. Our heart skips and lurches and beats in time with that rousing thrum. Music is a big part of immersing audiences, especially in animation, and How to Train Your Dragon really knows what they're doing. Number 4. Here I Am, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. Although we also love the gentle thrum of Brothers Under the Sun, nothing beats this movie's opening theme.
Here I am, this is me. I come to this world so wild and free.
Here I Am follows Spirit as he grows from a young foal to a headstrong stallion. The best part of the song is it truly feels like a Bryan Adams joint, from the production to the instrumentation to his signature vocals.
It's a new world, it's a new start. It's alive with the beating of a young heart.
Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron is a strong film on its own. The story's beautifully told and the animation's stellar. But the music really does so much to help set the scene and give us insight into Spirit's emotions. In this case, from the slow, gentle start to that inspiring breakthrough of a chorus, Here I Am never fails to be invigorating.
In a new land, and it's waiting for me. Here I am.
Number 3. Can't Stop the Feeling, Trolls.
I got this feeling inside my bones.
If you weren't living under a rock in 2016, you remember that this song was everywhere. While we wanted to grow tired of it, something about the beat of Can't Stop the Feeling was undeniable.
Music take control. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops.
The tune accompanied the DreamWorks picture Trolls and instantly became a hit. It became not only a #1 single for Justin Timberlake, but was the best-selling song of 2016 point blank. Trolls had plenty of other songs, but the funky melody and disco beat of this one was just impossible to ignore. We always knew JT was going to give us a hit, but we had no idea he would go this hard for a movie called Trolls. Number 2, Holding Out for a Hero, Shrek 2.
And I dream of what I need. Hit it! I need a hero!
Not only does Shrek 2 introduce a slew of new characters like Puss in Boots, it also might just be the best when it comes to soundtracks. As the evil fairy, Jennifer Saunders delivers a rousing rendition of Bonnie Tyler's Holding Out for a Hero. When a song is as famous as this one, there's a lot to live up to, but Saunders pulls no punches in making the number her own and one of the most memorable in the film. Then again, we probably should have expected something like this after the sheer awesomeness of her own introductory number.
Have a Peugeot frisee, nip and tuck here and there to land that prince with a perfect hair. Lipstick liners, shadows, blush to get that prince with a sexy touch. Lucky day, a buffet when your prince take a roll in the hay.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Deliver Us, the Prince of Egypt.
A son of the proud history that's shown etched on every wall. Surely this is all I ever wanted.
There was clearly no expense spared in any part of this god-tier film, but especially not in the music department. All I Ever Wanted is beautifully sung by Amick Byram, and we adore the intricate harmony in When You Believe. But there's no better choice for a story of this scale than its most impressive number, Deliver Us. The song is a choral masterpiece, seamlessly interspersing gentle melodies with harsh ones and adding in strong percussion for dramatic emphasis. No DreamWorks opening number has ever had an easier time getting our attention. Which DreamWorks song do you listen to independent of its movie? Let us know in the comments.
Wanna get your feeling right. We're gonna be good tonight. We're the good guys. Come on!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.